What up? It's your boy T Burn Reaction. Today's Music Monday. This week's Music Monday is dedicated in honor of the memory of Roberta Flack, who sadly passed away at 88, as well as the memory of the mothers of Tiger and Notorious B.I.G., as Valada Wallace and Nicole Wynn sadly passed away. Valada age 72, and even sadder for Nicole Wynn, who passed at the young age of 53. That being said, we'll keep going on. I just got finished the reaction vid to the video of a new music video for a iconic classic was LL Cool J Rock the Bell. As I mentioned in the video that he never had a video for any songs for his first album. He had his first video until his second album, Bigger and Different, for my favorite all-time hip-hop song, I'm Bad, which came out in 87. I hear them mention that because Dr. Dre has released a new video. He had a re-release one for 88, but I think he did one 87. I thought I react to it. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to check out the best year in rap is back and or return. I could have sworn I did the best year in rap reaction with 1987. But yeah, we're gonna take it with 97 as some iconic hip hop albums did come around 87 at the time as well too, such as the debut of The God, MC Rakim, LL Cool J's second album, I'm Bad, Ice-T debut, Public Enemy's debut as well too, and a good amount of other debuts happened around this time as well too. So we're gonna check out what was the iconic hip hop moments of 1987, as it could be questioned as one of the best years of hip hop. Without further ado, let's get it. Before I go for it, I got to see, man. I could have sworn I did one for 87. I'm back. Yeah, I guess I did not. I could have sworn, but either way, without further ado, let's check it out.
1987 was one of the most important years for hip hop. It introduced us to a slew of legends that would change hip hop forever and inspire rappers for generations to come. LL Cool J would dominate the summer, while Kool Moe Dee and Ruthless Records closed out a phenomenal year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Join me as we take a look into.
That's right. Ruthless got they start in '87 as well too with Boys in the Hood.
The artists and albums that made 1987 one of the greatest years ever. 87 would kick off with the debut album from legendary group Public Enemy with Yo, Bum Rush the Show.
Yep.
Highlights include Sophisticated B, My Uzi Weighs a Ton, Yo, Bum Rush the Show, and Public Enemy number 1. Public Enemy came out the gate hard with an album pop on notice that they were a force to be reckoned with. The production of the Bomb Squad was groundbreaking for the time and would be a major influence on other producers, playing a major part in advancing the production of hip-hop. The album peaked at number 125 on the Billboard 200 and number 28 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart, eventually going gold.
Nice.
Public Enemy will return in 1988 with an all-time classic, and It Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back. Our next release will come from legendary crew BDP.
I keep debating between it was 86 or 87 that came out. Yup, it was 87.
Their classic debut album, Criminal Minded. Highlights include Poetry, South Bronx, their diss of MC Shan, 9mm Goes Bang, remix for P is Free, The Bridge is Over, which is another classic diss of MC Shan and the Juice Crew, and Criminal Minded. This album was amazing and arguably the best of 1987. KRS-One delivered great lyrics on just about every song, and the mix of reggae in their music was perfect.
Background.
Although the album didn't have the commercial success of other classics, it can stand toe-to-toe with any of them.
It does.
Criminal Minded put BDP on the map and was the only album produced by Scott LaRock, as he would be lost in 1987 in a tragic event. BDP would return in 1988 with another classic album in one of hip-hop's greatest years. April will bring us the release of the debut album from legends DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince with Rock the House. They came out hard with their debut single, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, which was a big hit, even charting high in the UK. Album highlights include Rock the House, Just One of Those Days, Taking It to the Top, and the magnificent Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, this was on the underrated album. A lot of people, I know, like parents, he's DJ and rapper was Be Next Year. It was like the big album it was, but this was underrated as hell, man, for real.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince brought a playful sound to hip hop that could be enjoyed by all ages. They were an immediate success, going gold and charting in the UK at number 97 on the album charts and number 24 on the top R&B and hip hop charts and 83 on the Billboard 200. The Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff will return in 1988 with another good album for the great year of '88. Our next release will be the debut album from Dana Dane, with Dana Dane with the Fame.
R.I.P. Clark Kent, by the way.
Highlights include the classic single Cinderfella Dana Dane, This Be the Death Beat, Dana Dane with the Fame, Delancey Street, and Nightmares. Dana Dane came with a dope album that was entertaining from start to finish. The album had commercial success, going gold, and peaking at number 46 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the top R&B and hip hop chart.
Nice. That's
Dana
nice
Dane
little...
will be one of hip hop's forgotten stars from the 80s, as he's not mentioned as much as others, even though he had a great impact on hip hop in many ways. Our next release will be the sophomore album from one of the first gangster rappers, Just Ice, with Cool and Deadly. Highlights include Going Way Back, Original Gangster of Rap, Freedom of Speech.
So LaToya and all that must came out in 86.
March It Up, featuring KRS-One.
Must came out in 86 then.
Lyrical Licking, Booger Bandit B, and more. Just Ice had a dope album that also has some commercial success, peaking at number 14 on the top R&B and hip hop chart.
Yeah, LaToya and Coke and Dumb, okay.
Just Ice isn't as known as other rappers from the 80s, and I definitely suggest those that are unfamiliar with him, give him a listen. I'm sure that you'll like it.
Definitely.
Just Ice will return in 1989 with another good album to close out the 80s. The summer of '87 will kick off with the release of the sophomore album from the legend LL Cool J with the classic album
All-time favorite right here.
Or Bad As We Know It. The album was led by his classic single I'm Bad that was one of the biggest songs of '87.
Beat everything.
It also included Candy, The Bristol Hotel, My Rhyme Ain't Done, The Breakthrough, I Need Love, and more.
Production by the LA Posse at the time was phenomenal and legendary. A breakthrough like never heard before in no way. That was pretty awesome. They did that as well too. So yeah.
LL came with the classic album that was one of the best of the year and an international hit, charting in many countries and peaking at number 1 on the top R&B and hip hop chart and number 3 on the Billboard Top 200.
Awesome.
LL dominated the summer of 1987 with Bad, Bristol Hotel, Candy, and I Need Love, on its way to going double platinum and proving he was the top solo star in hip hop. LL will return in 1989 with another classic album that was even bigger. Our next release will be the classic debut album from legends Eric B. and Rakim with Paid in Full.
Yeah, this album and Bad could be arguably can be a biggest argument of the best 2 albums in '87. Like all of them, this one they said was pretty good, but these 2 definitely could be argued about who's the number 1 top hip hop album of all time. Well, not all time in 1987. These 2 definitely as well too, because there's always a debate between I Ain't No Joke and I'm Bad as the best hip hop song to represent 1987 for sure, y'all.
They came on the scene white hot with their classic debut single, Eric B. is President. They then followed it up with another classic, and I Ain't No Joke. Highlights of the album
Flavor Flav in the video.
include one of my all-time favorite songs, As the Rhyme Goes On, the classic Move the Crowd, which would be the song that the Fresh Prince used as the blueprint when he wrote his classic Summertime. There's My Melody and pretty much everything else on the album. This is one of the greatest albums in hip-hop history and my favorite of 1987. The album was a success, eventually going platinum and charting internationally while peaking at number 58 on the Billboard 200 and number 8 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart.
Yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim set a new standard in hip-hop,
Yep.
bringing a skill set unlike anyone before.
That's true,
Rakim would be one of the 6 kings of rhyme that influenced the rappers of the 90s to create the greatest music in hip-hop history. Our next release
Too
will come
Short.
from Oakland
Oh,
legend Too
Born to
Short
Mac.
with Born to Mac.
Nice. Slept one.
Highlights include the classic Freaky Tales, Dope Fiend Beat,
Yep.
Mac Attack, and You Know What I Mean. The album was a success.
And Slept on joint there is Party Time, the opening track. Love it.
That's peaking at number 50 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart and eventually going gold. The album will be repackaged and released with new songs in 1988 as its classic Life is Too Short. Our next release will come from Los Angeles legend Ice-T with his debut
boy
album, Ron Pays.
Yep.
The album was led by its
Slept on.
classic single 6 in the Morning, which paved the way for gangster rappers. There was also Somebody Gotta Do It, Pimpin' Ain't Easy, 409, and more. The album got Ice-T off to a good start, peaking at number 93 on the Billboard 200 and number 26 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart.
Good chart.
Ice-T will return to contribute to the great year of 1988 with his classic album, Power. Our next release will be the debut album from the
Official
great
day.
MC
Yep.
Shan of the Juice
I forgot that his debut came at 87 too.
Crew with Down by Law.
Reason why I say that because a lot of their, like him and Cash Boone, they had singles out 86 because of the whole bridge at the Queensbridge versus Bronx battle. So yeah, that's why I'm look. I keep forgetting that they will get actually get their initial release in 87.
Highlights include the classic single The Bridge, which is the song that prompted BDP to diss him and the Juice Crew. His reply diss to BDP, Kill That Noise, Down by Law,
Left me alone.
MC Space, and more. The album was a success, peaking at number 40 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart and going gold. Shan will return in 88 with this follow-up album after plenty of controversy with BDP. The next release will be the debut album from MC Shadi with Got to Be Tough. Highlights include I've Got to Be Tough, Yes Yes Y'all, Paula's on Crack, So Take That, and more. The album peaked at number 197 on the Billboard 200 and number 41 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart. MC Shadi was one of the first rappers from New York to sign with a label from the South when he signed with Uncle Luke Skywalker Records. MC Shadi will return in 1988 with another album and more success. Legendary group The Fat Boys returned in 1987 with their 4th album, Crushin'. Highlights include Protect Yourself, Rock Ruling, Falling in Love, and Wipeout featuring the Beach Boys, which was a big crossover hit for them to go along with their new movie, Disorderly.
Oh yeah.
The Fat Boys were one of the first rap groups to get their own movie with Disorderlies, which was a cult classic.
Yes.
The album was their most successful album for the group, going platinum and peaking at number 8 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the top R&B and hip-hop chart.
That Wipeout song definitely helped. I will say that.
The Fat Boys returned with more success in 88 with their follow-up album. The summer of 87 will close with the release of Houdini's 4th album, Open Sesame. Highlights include Be Yourself, Cash Money, Life is Like a Dance, and more. The album had success going gold and peaking at number
Be Yourself and Life is Like a Dance. Definitely some slept on hits right there for sure, though.
30 on the Billboard 200 and number 8 on the top R&B.
I think they also had some help with from like members of the LA Posse. I know Muffler did some production on there because he appeared on a Soul Chain performance with them as well too. So yeah,
hip hop charts. Houdini will return in 1991 after a short break. Our next release will come from Philadelphia great Steady B with this sophomore album.
Sophomore? Oh
What's
no,
My
that's
Name?
right. Sophomore, you're right. Brandon B. Back was 86. What's My Name was number 87.
Highlights
87.
include Believe Me, That's Bad, What's My Name, The Hilltop, Gangsta Rockin', and more. The album has some success, peaking at number 40 on the top R&B and hip hop chart.
Yup.
Steady B is credited with making the first gangster rap with this song PSK, or Parkside Killers. He returned in 19.
That's what that stands for. It actually has Schoolie D, but that's what that stands for. Parkside Killers. Wow, that's actually Schoolie D that did that, but
1988 with another album and more success.
until in case you know what I'm saying, if you're not familiar with the situation with him, Cool C, in a certain felony charge, look it up.
Next up will be the debut album from the legends Heavy D and the Boys with their debut album Living Large. They came hard with the debut single Mr. Big Stuff and Never Eased Up. Other highlights include The Overweight Lovers in the House, Nike, Here We Go, and Money Earning Mount Vernon. Heavy D let the world know he was going to be around a long time with this skill on the mic and lovable persona. The album was a success both critically and commercially, peaking at number 92 on the Billboard 200 and number 10 on the top R&B and hip hop chart. They would return with more great music in 1989 and continue to climb the ranks. 87 will bring us a debut album from pioneer Spoonie G with The Godfather of Rap.
That's crazy that this was his official debut because he's been out since 1979, just releasing singles. Because the Love Rap was one, Love Record and Big Beat was those big hits at the time though. So yeah, that's crazy that this is his debut though. So you know what I mean, a lot of people realize that a lot of people be just having their debuts now. It's been going like that since back in the day though. Like a lot of people have like a lot of singles and mixtape, but don't have a debut album until way later. This has been going on for a while though, and this is a prime example of that as well too. And this was a dope album, some dope song, especially my favorite one, Take It Off. Yep.
Rap. Highlights include Spoonie G, I'm All Shook Up, and Hitman. The album had little success, and I think that's mainly because it had a dated sound.
Yep.
Spoonie G is one of hip-hop's forgotten pioneers, as he's not mentioned as much as he should be. He, along with the Treacherous Three, were responsible for advancing rhyme schemes with their wordplay and steady flow. Spoonie will release more music in '89 with this follow-up album. The year will end with 2 releases in December. First, we get the return of former Treacherous Three member, the legend Kool Moe Dee, with this sophomore album, How You Like Me Now. Moe Dee killed the game with his first 2 singles, How You Like Me Now, which was a diss aimed at LL Cool J, and his classic, Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Wild Wild West would be Kool Moe Dee's most popular and signature song. Other highlights include No Respect, I'm a Player, and more. The album was a huge success, eventually going platinum and peaking at number 35 on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on the top R&B and hip hop chart. Kool Moe Dee returned with the great album that in hindsight was a celebration of all that he did for hip hop, as it was his most popular album and by most fans considered his best.
Yeah,
this album
took me years to realize that it was a if you peep the album, it was a can't go under his Jeep, they'll getting run over as a diss to LL.
This album also signaled a passing of the torch, as he was the MC that advanced hip hop from its party rhyme stage to where it was in 1987. Kool Moe Dee will return in 1989 with this follow-up album. 87 will close with the release of NWA and the Posse.
Yep.
This was a compilation album released by Ruthless Records, displaying NWA and all of the artists on Ruthless Records. Highlights include the classics by Eazy-E, Boys in the Hood, and 8 Ball. The classic Dope Man by NWA. Toughest Man Alive by the DOC, who was a part of the Fela Fresh crew at the time, and that song is dope. There is Fat Girl by Eazy-E, and much, much more. This was a dope album that had great success going gold after NWA blew up. Ruthless Records would take off in 1988 with the releases of the debut albums of JJ Fad, Eazy-E, and NWA. 1987 was a pivotal year for hip-hop, as we were introduced to the main players that would lead hip-hop through its golden years.
That's true.
The artistry of the MC was taken to the next level, and the world was introduced to Rakim, KRS-One, and Ice Cube, 3 of what I call the 6 kings of rhyme.
Nice.
I call them the kings of rhyme because these artists are the foundation of rhyme in hip-hop's golden period, which I think is from 1987 to 1998. The artists of this time put out the most classic music, and most of the artists that are on people's GOAT list fall within this time period.
Yup.
One or some combination of these artists influenced almost every rapper from the 90s and 2000s, including Tupac and Biggie. I'll be revealing my list of the 6 kings later this week and why I consider them that, so be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
I do like to thank you for your valuable time, and once again,
cool. This was like good to see this was. Yeah, so I definitely didn't do it then, because some of the stuff I didn't realize it was on here though. But either way, love this videos right here though. Like I say, 87 was definitely a cool year in hip hop as well too. Not just the albums that came out of hip hop, the songs that carry over from 86 to 87 as well too, as well as singles that will be debuted in 87 that carry on to 88 as well too though. So yeah, other than that though, this was definitely a good collection of iconic albums around the time as well too. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and you think that the best year in hip hop was 87. Anyway, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.